For the global elite, watches function as wearable assets, often carrying a price tag heavier than a private jet. For decades, the standard baseline for making it has been the Rolex Submariner. It is reliable, durable, and instantly recognizable in any boardroom. Then you have pieces steeped in historical prestige, like the Omega Moonwatch. NASA taking it to the moon set a rigid benchmark for traditional horological greatness. But if you step into the highest tiers of Hollywood and professional sports, those standard Rolexes and Omegas are viewed as entry-level toys. Achieving true elite status requires a level of financial exclusivity that standard luxury simply cannot provide. We are going to trace that ascent, climbing from $50,000 all the way to $18 million. We start our climb at the $50,000 tier, perfectly captured by figures like Harry Styles. Here, the focus is on trend-setting style grounded in deep heritage.
Looking at the Cartier Santos, you can see this philosophy in action. One of the first wristwatches ever made, it relies entirely on its distinct square shape and exposed screws to command attention, rather than leaning on flashy, oversized materials. Opting for a sleek, understated vintage piece at this price point proves the wearer possesses deep horological knowledge and refined taste. At $50,000, the watch functions as a quiet password, signaling status exclusively to other wealthy insiders who know exactly what to look for. Pushing past $250,000 brings us to a philosophy of pure, understated elegance, often favored by stars like Scarlett Johansson. This tier is dominated by the Patek Philippe Nautilus. The horizontal textured dial and steel case represent the pinnacle of horology. You never truly own a Patek, you merely look after it for the next generation. The moon phase subdial tracks an enduring legacy. Unlike the heritage tier, this level of exclusivity is out of reach even for standard millionaires. Patek Philippe actively gatekeeps its inventory, making it incredibly difficult to acquire these pieces at retail. Dropping $250,000 here secures a permanent place in a generational lineage that raw wealth alone cannot buy. Crossing the $1 million threshold shifts the landscape entirely. For modern athletes like Vinicius Jr., a watch serves as a bold, aggressive statement piece. This is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. With this design, the brand took raw stainless steel, shaped it into an integrated bracelet with a signature octagonal bezel, and scaled it up to an obnoxiously large size, turning an industrial aesthetic into a luxury status symbol. Audemars Piguet maintains its position by packing these aggressive cases with high complications, complex mechanical features like perpetual calendars or minute repeaters that go far beyond telling time, specifically to lure a younger, high-net-worth audience. Once you pass $1 million, elegance takes a back seat. The watch functions as an undeniable, aggressive assertion of modern cultural dominance. Then we reach the absolute peak of the market, the $18 million tier, a stratosphere occupied by untouchable figures like Floyd Mayweather. At this height, traditional watchmaking principles are completely abandoned. Horology is replaced by a blinding fortress of diamonds. Securing this piece demands both astronomical wealth and the audacity to wear a singular one-of-one item in public. At $18 million, this object functions as a wearable bank vault, a physical manifestation of total detachment from the rest of human society. This untouchable celebrity market stands in stark contrast to the broader watch industry, where brands still scramble for relevance at standard consumer trade shows. There is a profound irony here. The meticulously crafted internal mechanics of these timepieces are entirely secondary to their external social function. A $20 digital watch will tell you the time with perfect accuracy. These multi-million-dollar objects are purchased strictly to weaponize identity and broadcast status. So, if money were truly no object, which philosophy of power would you choose to strap to your wrist?